Your safety is my priority. In conjunction with my dad, I'd spray him and he'd letter him and pinstripe him. Definitely loved painting, and if there's any way I could paint more, I was all about it. This is Danny Magoo's helmets. He's one of my first riders and friends that let me paint his helmets. He always wanted a wider visor and wanted it so that it's sticking straight up in the air, so I vacuum formed this in my mom's oven, made the little aluminum fasteners here and put inserts into the helmet, and bought some button head Allens, started me building visors and started my career.
I actually started racing, it was like 1966, Saddleback Park. There really wasn't motocross back then wasn't like a big sport for kids. So there were, you know, the older guys that did it from Europe that would come over, and it was kind of just starting out here, even with the bigger bikes and older people. So we just raced around trash cans up at Saddleback Park with chalk lines, and then it got kind of bigger and bigger with a lot of kids doing it. And that was that, yeah, so I was like 5.
The great racing memories when I was a kid on 60s, when I got my first Suzuki ride.
It's, everything I remember and everything I know is revolved around racing or being on a dirt bike.
Motocross is a dangerous sport.
Back in the 80s and 90s, it was tabletops and a couple small doubles. It wasn't what you see now. You go to any local track, and I mean, there's big jumps, big jumps.
These kids on the, you know, on the videos and what they're doing on 65s, and it's just, it's crazy.
You know, if you fall over and you hurt your arm or you hurt your leg, you know, it's pretty obvious how much time you need to take off and all that. But when you hit your head, you don't really know. You can't really, you know, can't really say, oh, I got 2 more weeks to go and I can get back on the bike and I'm going to be feeling completely normal.
You know, we've had plenty of riders that have quit racing because of it, which was super smart, you know, and they were top guys, and you just can't mess with a head injury. So, and unfortunately in our sport, it's a big part of it.
Our concussions are kept to a minimum. I mean, it's not like we're taking a beating every single day like a boxer is or a football player is, but when we have one, it's big.
For me, I've hit my head and my eyesight's gone, and then it comes back, but you know, who's to say, you know, a week's gonna fix that, or a month's gonna fix that, or maybe a year.
We've done a bunch of testing at the lab up in LA, the ACT lab, separate from the testing that we always do. We brought in all the other brands out, really get a foundation where we're at, and could not be more proud. The headband area is where we're seeing most of the impacts. So on the SE4, that's the area we really concentrated on. We have dual density up here in the headband area, and we also have 13% more EPS. We've added the MIPS system, EPP through the jaw. When you feel how light this thing is, you're going to be blown away. Well, luckily EPS is super light material, and so is EPP. So we've just added more through it in the back sections, through the headband area. We've tested the SE4 at the top crash standards. Snell, CE, DOT, low speed. Overall, at various impact heights and speeds, the SE4 beat the competition.